Woke up in Montélimar. Today we are going to Aix-en-Provence.
Avignon.
But first, breakfast. Getting breakfast. Maybe something salty. I don't know, it looks a little sad. Breakfast from this place, it's pretty much the only thing open. And this was 10 euros. Made it to Avignon, parked. 2 hours costed me €3.20. And this city is where the Popes fled, and there's a big wall all around the city. Driving here, absolutely garbage. I rented a car in Paris and I'm spending a week driving it down to Nice, stopping by little towns like this one. This is Avignon. It does have a train station if you are traveling by train and want to stop by little towns that's not overly crowded like Paris or Nice. This is a Monday, so there's not a lot of people out, but there are some. I think most of them are in the square in front of the Pope's Palace, and we're gonna get into that too. But this is such a cute town. I love how charming it is and small and walkable. This is a basilica. I don't think we're gonna have time to go inside. And we are going into the Pope's Palace, but there's also a little train that you can take to get a tour of the city. We did not do that because we also have to get to the next city, Aix-en-Provence, and we're just gonna go into the Pope's Palace and then grab some food. Yeah, I think don't come here hungry. We're going inside here, or at least we're gonna try. I think there's some steps. Oh, it's tall. So this is the Pope's Palace, and it was built between 1335 and 1352, and it covers 15,000 square meters, about the size of 4 Notre Dame cathedrals, and before it was Romans by Celtic people. The medieval ramparts, nearly 3 miles long, were constructed in the 14th centuries to protect the city during the Pope's residence. So few popes lived here, and it's open from 9 to 7 p.m. The ticket for the palace only was $14.50. Basically, it's a lot of empty rooms, very large empty rooms. There are a few paintings and historical facts, but it's just mainly empty rooms. If you have one of these, bring it with you. I think you can get them at the dollar store. That's the entrance. During the early Middle Ages, Avignon was part of the kingdom within the Holy Roman Empire. Because the palace had one of the safest and most influential courts in Europe, many intellectuals sought Avignon's protection, but most of them were never documented, not like the story of Cola di Renzo. His full name is Nicola di Lorenzo, but his nickname is Cola di Renzo. In 1350, after being overthrown in Rome, Cola di Lorenzo, a political leader, fled to the Pope Palace to seek refugees to avoid being killed, and hopefully the Pope would support his political visions, which he claimed would strengthen Christianity. Instead of granting him refugees, Pope Clement VI had Rienzo arrested and imprisoned, and was later sent back to Italy and eventually restored to power briefly before he was killed by a mob in 1354. So he was a political leader who came to the Pope for refugees, but they refused him and imprisoned him, and then later sent him back to Italy. But a lot of other people came here for refugee. Came down here, there's this large room area, and we have to keep going down. From 1348, oh, by the way, this is where they baked bread. From 1348 until the French Revolution in 1791, Avignon was owned by the Holy See, not France. So, a French Revolution came and it destroyed a lot of France. Like, there's a lot of cities that was affected by the revolution, not just Paris. Tell me why the people put their credit cards in there. during the French Revolution, it was used as a prison and caused a lot of damage to the building, which I personally did not see. Maybe they did such a good job restoring it that we can't really tell to like the unexperienced eye, or maybe that part is not open to tour for the museum, because it's basically a museum without stuff in it. But the arrival of popes brought wealth, scholars and diplomats, artists, and massive construction to the project. So it really built up the whole town, which was a big attraction. That's probably why there's so many apartments, because a lot of people lived here, not just politicians and popes and refugees. In 1791, locals voted to join France during the revolution, though the popes disputed this until 1840, and Pope Benedict XII was the builder pope who created the old palace. From 1309 to 1377, 7 successive popes lived here and ruled from Avignon instead of Rome. Oh, look, all of these little statues, they're missing their head. Yep, all the heads are missing. That was interesting, but it's not worth $14-15. Tram coming. So yeah, we'll not do it again, but it was very interesting to see once. The palace is massive and it took way longer than I expected to be in there, so I got hungry and I decided to get some food. So we ate at this restaurant. It's not at the square, it's walking back to where we parked, and it's beautiful steak on a skewer, but I was wrong. And this is the toughest meat I've ever ate, and I have to salt every bite, and it came rare. They didn't ask me, and I like it. I'm okay with rare, but not still mooing rare. So I'm just eating off the bits. The potato was really good though. It was $33.80, but it's not even worth mentioning the place, but just so you know how much things cost. So Avignon is full of history. There's so much history. I mean, just imagine if people came to that palace for refugee, then there must be secret hidden locations that we don't know about. I'm sure like the owners and caretakers of the palace, they know, but there has to be like secret rooms where people hid in case someone came for them. So much history, so much to learn from. So if you love history, that's definitely worth it. Bought this drink, it's a liter at Carrefour. I think it's their brand. It's cassis, apple and raspberry. It's so good. I thought it was gonna be super sweet, but it's not. So refreshing on a hot summer day, so really good. Vending machine to order pizza. Cool. Look at this pigeon taking a bath. So now we're gonna be driving to Aix-en-Provence, which officially puts us in the Provence region where the lavenders grow. Not during this time, so we're not gonna see that, but I'm really excited to get to south of France because it is a completely different vibe and different architecture.